Yes, indeed. Tonight, man, we're going to discuss a topic of how faithful men avoid temptation. That studies show that 21% of men cheat and 15% of women cheat. Now, I don't know where you might see that, if that's high or that's low, but for me personally, my opinion is that I thought it was going to be a lot higher than that. Especially being that how you have women out here that's kind of like, all right, all men cheat. Like, man, if you with a man, he either cheat or he gonna cheat, girl. So, I mean, that's just what they do. So, I was surprised by the number, the lowness of the number.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised in terms of, like, I feel like men,
you said that you thought the number should have been higher.
From how women see it.
But look at it like this. It's the same guy.
Right. But what you mean, like?
So look at it like this. So that 15% of men, they cheat and they move on and cheat, and they move on and cheat.
Okay, so you saying the same guy? All right. So
it's not, because most times the woman, once a man get exposed to cheating, he kind of move on.
Right. But I mean, do you feel like it's a fair assessment, or you feel like you agree with the fact that that women feel like all men cheat or men gonna cheat at some point? Like, it just, you can't get around as a woman, because I mean, this is what women have been telling me. Like, hey man, listen, they just gonna do it. You know what I mean? And so I'm trying to fight for the men. Like, no, it ain't really like that.
Right.
Do you agree with that?
Well, I do feel like I think women use that as a cop out. I think that when a woman knows, and you can go to any state statistics, they'll say it's like 8-1 and this way and one. And so instead of saying, hey, I want to be the one that he'll give his all to, it's easier just to say, I already know you ain't gonna do right. You know what I mean? Like, I know you know what I mean. And unfortunately, if she got a brother, a daddy, or uncle, or, if she's been cheated on, it seems like it's everybody because it happened to you. It's like my mom been in 2 accidents, and you can't tell her that anytime you drive, it's gonna happen, but it's not likely.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, it's a belief. It's almost like a faith in the fact that they, you know what I'm saying? That a man is gonna cheat. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I don't know if it's based off of experience so much, but I feel like, first of all, that ain't true. And the number is staggeringly lower, like I said, than what I expected, because of the fact that how women put that label on men. You know what I mean? So I kind of went into it thinking like, oh, it's going to be like 50-something%. Or just how you hear it in your head. There it is.
But you know, any bad experience, you're going to hear about it more than you hear good ones. So, and I hate to say this, but but when men get, I just hate that a man get that label and nobody get the label of, he pulled me and he took me out to dinner and he got me, you know what I mean? So, but I think that's a fair assessment. I need you to say that assessment again so everybody else out there in the world will know it ain't as bad as you think.
Right. 21% of men cheat or unfaithful, but then on the other hand, 15% of women.
And it's probably 21.
Yeah,
that's probably 21.
It's probably about 30-40%. Just that women ain't they more.
And then here's the other thing:
how you not get caught?
How you take a statistic like that? You don't know.
That's true. And then you know what? It's crazy because I ain't mentioned this in the beginning at first, but this is 21% of men who have mentioned. So it's probably right. But still, I do think that it's a misconception. Women think that all men cheat. And me personally, as a man, speaking for men, all men don't cheat. You know what I mean? It's men out here that respect the game. They say, look, you know what I mean? I can respect when I feel temptation, when I feel tempted, whatever, and then and getting on to that, respecting to temptation. Me personally, I always felt like you got some men out there that understand, hey, to stay away from the temptation or kind of avoid the temptation, you got to learn how to respect the game and not disrespect the temptation. What I mean by that is this. Basically, when you I talked about it before, when you have a woman approach you on a certain level, when she kind of coming on to you, every man feel like, I don't know, man,
that's what you say. That's my never go to tighten up. That's what you say.
Yeah, you never go to tighten up. You go to feel it, your goosebumps on your neck start, you know what I mean? The little cuckoo buns on the back of your head start tighten up. So you feel that level of interest that the woman might have towards you. I know every man has that split second feeling like, man, she kind of, and it might be, you might be questioning it, but you had that feeling like, man, she might be kind of coming on to a player. And at the same time, was always one of the people that feel like this, and I told my people this. I say, listen, as men, we all go through the same thing. We just respond to it differently. So while I might respect the fact that, okay, I understand that if I continue on this path, where it's gonna go. And so you got some men that might sit there and say, well, I'm gonna just chill. I'm just doing me, man. I ain't no harm in nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking, right? I'm just talking. But in your mind, you should be able to understand and know where this gonna take you. So I'm always been a dude that felt like, man, you gotta, if you're a faithful man and you want to remain faithful, you gotta respect the temptation. You gotta understand that, hey, if I'm continuing doing this, I know where this gonna take, where this gonna go. You know what I mean? You probably done been there before. How you feel about that?
I agree. I do. I oddly agree on one level, because I feel like that in any level of cheating, but we talking about men, we can do that. But I think there is some kind of clear sign where it's like, hey, this ain't just her liking my, tie, or this is something different.
Really, me on a different level, like
right. So I think
brushing lint off my shoulder. You got something?
I
ain't show you. Like, wait a minute.
I mean, as a pastor, man, I've had some really wild experiences of people's way of trying to show interest. You know what I mean? And it's clear. So I totally agree with you. Ain't no man gonna say I ain't know what she was doing. Nah, I do think that we are like ignorant to some stuff. Like, I don't think a man get caught up in a compliment because he actually want to think he look good.
Right.
So she's saying, hey, he look good. I think it's natural. I think it's different between a man and women. When a man holler at a woman, she know he trying to get at her. Mm-hmm. Sometimes a woman say something to a man like, oh, you smell good today. He genuinely just think, she think I smell good. I don't think he, now another woman around him might be like, she ain't fooling nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean?